So in these climate change denying videos, whether it's Christian Broadcasting Network, Pat Robertson, et cetera, or whoever else, they say, oh, you know what? They don't allow people on TV that say that climate change isn't real. Now, here's the reality. They did a study, Think Progress did, Media Matters did, and they looked at the Sunday shows in America, now this is in the US, and nightly news, okay? So first of all, the amount of stories have started to go down dramatically. In 2009, there were over 60 stories or 60 minutes of airtime on ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox on the Sunday shows. By 2011, it had gone down by 90% on the Sunday shows. On the nightly news, it had gone down 72%. So they're not even covering it. And when they do, one of the reasons why it's not near zero is because Fox News is covering. You know what they're covering? ClimateGate, the fake controversy about the hacked emails, et cetera, right? So it's not like they're covering it like, oh my God, we have climate warming. They're like, no, ClimateGate, we got you, right? So, and then the three networks combined, again, in their coverage, covered Donald Trump twice as much as they covered climate change in all of 2011. So that's how important they think it is. And then here comes my favorite. When they did discuss climate change, 50% of the time, it was politicians that they talked to. This is on the Sunday shows. 45% of the time, it was media figures. 0% of the time, it was scientists. And among the politicians, 68% of the time, it was Republicans that they asked, and only 32% of the time, they asked Democrats. So overall, on television in the United States, you are getting an overwhelming message. If you get any message at all, if they even bother to cover it, which they largely don't, but if they cover it at all, you are getting a message that is so against the science of climate change. You're getting a great majority of Republicans saying, oh, no, yeah, that's ridiculous. They don't bring on any scientists. At least the nightly news, of the people they interviewed or talked to, 20% were scientists. Are they not merciful? Okay, but the Sunday shows, I know they're more political, so they talk to politicians more, but no scientists at all in 3 years, okay? And so, and the one that covered the most last year was Fox News in how they denied climate change.
And you know, it has a real impact on public opinion when it comes to climate change, because Gallup recently released a poll that talks about whether or not Americans see climate change as a real problem. Do they see it as a priority that a politician should focus on? And what they found was that 36% say they worry a great deal about air pollution and 48% about pollution of drinking water. However, at the very bottom of the list is climate change in terms of what they're most concerned about. So that's a little problematic.
Yeah, and in other polls, they show that they actually do, despite all this propaganda in the U.S. that is on the side of the oil industry, et cetera, our media is so corrupt. It's really, really sad. But they still haven't won on the issue. When you look at the polls, overwhelming majority of Americans say there is climate change, it is man-made, we should do something about it. The problem is when it gets to their priorities, it's at the bottom of their priorities.
Yes.
And the reason is because it gets almost no coverage, and when it does, it's skeptical coverage. So people think, well, it must not be a big problem.